Oh, the things that I've recorded.
Yeah, on accident?
And oh no,
No?
on purpose. And then people just start talking about things they're not supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, wait, we're
Live?
recording? Yeah, we're recording. Matt, can you edit that? Yeah, I can edit that.
But don't you go live typically?
Yeah.
So, uh-oh. Has that ever been a problem? Have people ever okay. We're gonna keep this in, by the way. This is hilarious. This yeah. No, but that's yeah, I've had some guests, like, I'll walk away and I'll, like, just tell the camera to cut, and then they'll say something super personal
Yeah.
instead of, like, me actually cutting, like, I'll just tell the editor, and then I have to, like, go back myself and edit
Yeah.
it out because 'cause I'm like, "Crap."
Yeah. So with my setup, we're all on the web.
Mhm.
And so everyone has their individual cameras. So
Right.
when something like that happens, I do something. I like take my flashlight off and light up the camera so I see this is my cue,
Oh, that's smart.
delete or wave or something.
Yeah.
Um, the problem that I've run into before I figured out, hey, this might work. Um, if I would go back to an old video and I forgot, hey, you need to delete this.
Yeah.
And then I upload something that shouldn't have been uploaded. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
I did have a YouTube channel at one time,
Mhm.
and there were some videos that were highly edited,
Yeah.
and now I have the raw ones, and I'm not going to upload them just because I don't want to ruin anyone's day.
Totally fair. Totally fair. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you ever recorded and not been recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's my biggest nightmare
Yeah.
because especially with podcasting, as I check that we're recording, yes. With podcasting, so much organic conversation happens,
Yeah.
and then to have to like force someone into that.
That's why the first thing I do as soon as I have sufficient people, we're hitting record. And
Ooh,
sometimes if it's
nice.
only two of us, and
Yeah.
if we're still waiting for a couple more, depending on the conversation, I'm going to tell them, hey, I'm just going to hit record because this
Yes.
is great.
I've learned you should tell people.
Yeah. They appreciate that.
Yeah, they appreciate that. And Riverside, which is the virtual platform I use, I think I told you a little bit about it. It doesn't automatically start recording. You have to hit it.
Yeah.
And so I tell people when they come on because they'll be like, "Are we going?" And I'm like, "Nah, we're good. You're safe." You
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
yes, that's kind of where I'm at. Do you all cuss on your podcast?
I so I don't care.
Okay.
What wound up happening though was I had some friends that had gun stores and they said, "We love your content.
Mhm.
The problem is when you have cussing on it, we can't have it play in the store."
Oh,
And so I don't really cuss that often,
interesting.
but I have panelists that they're very skilled.
Ah,
And
yes.
it's entertaining to the level that they're able to
Yes.
do it.
No, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I am a cusser
Mhm.
and I kind of what's the word when you enable? Yes. I enable myself by saying you've been to ECQs here or no?
Not yet.
So Craig talks about that's exciting by the way.
Oh yeah.
That will be really exciting when you go. Craig talks about cuss words being exclamation points
Yeah.
when you're doing the ask, tell, make
Yeah.
spectrum of telling some, getting someone out of your space, trying to set boundaries. And he always says, only use cuss words if you currently cuss.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, then
otherwise,
you sound like an idiot.
yes. And
Yeah.
he was like, they'll make you out, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so anytime I cuss and I feel bad, I'm like, I'm practicing so that when I do have to like,
You got to practice,
I
just
practice.
like with everything else.
Exactly.
And so with my two kids, they hear if I happen to wind up cussing because I'm angry, they know I'm actually angry. And so it's being used as
It's an exclamation point.
yes.
Yeah.
So I use it sparingly and when
Mhm.
necessary.
Isn't that funny? My dad got really mad at me when I was a kid. We were coming back actually from like the Petrified Forest, which I think is in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I picked up these flowers. There were a ton of bugs crawling over me, and so I started like dropping F-bombs as like probably a 10-year-old.
Cool.
Nice, right? And he like stopped the car. I remember we all like were thrown forward, and he was like, "Stop cussing." He was like, "I don't cuss. Your mom doesn't cuss." And my sister started busting out in laughter, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Dad, yes, she does. Like
Oh.
you're like she does cuss like that. We be cussing up in
Yeah.
here."
Yeah.
So it turned in. He like couldn't say anything. He was like, "Okay." I think later he talked to my mom, and he cussed too. So it's one of those things where I think forward, like whenever I have kids, like what will I do? And I don't know. It'd be hard to like expect them not to if it's part of your language.
Yep.
Like I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm here with Matt of Primary and Secondary. Thank you for listening to us chatting at the beginning
Cussing.
about cussing. We've had
My favorite.
yes, we have had even like so many conversations already, or just like I guess we had so many separate ones within the same one at this event this past weekend that we met at, and we were just talking. We are like, this should be recorded. So today we just went ahead and hit record, and that's the way to do it. So
Yep.
Matt, for those of the listeners that maybe don't know you, just in case, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Matt Landfair. 20 something years as a cop. Been doing the podcast thing for 11, 12 years. Heavy in social media, writing, consulting, all kinds of fun stuff. It's been fun.
Fantastic. I
I I I
laughed.
I don't recommend it to everyone.
Sure.
It's not for everyone.
I laughed because that like pause you took
Yeah.
when I asked you to introduce yourself. I do that every single time. I met with a brand yesterday and I was like, I guess I should tell you my background. And then I like stared off into the abyss and I was like, where do I start?
Where do I start?
Is it childhood trauma? Or
Yeah.
do I talk about how I got into the industry?
So
Like,
my father would beat me with the belt.
yeah, exactly. It goes back.
And so one of the things, so I also had to analyze this and figure out, okay, is this a job interview? Because I also bring up, okay, a father, married, 2 kids, grew up in Chicago.
Right,
Is that appropriate here? It can be, but
right.
it doesn't really matter.
I think are you talking about like in this context?
In this
Your podcast?
context, yeah.
Okay, so something I pride myself on with She Shield, and I think I maybe mentioned this to you already, is like I never really know where the episode's gonna go. For example, I interviewed right, you get it. But well, Julie Golub had her on the podcast. She's just world renowned. She has titles for days and pages. But we didn't talk about any of that.
Yeah.
I talked to her about being a mom and like what it was like to get into
Yeah.
competition shooting. And I remember after the episode, she was like, no one's really ever asked me about that. Thank you. And I was like, whoa, okay. And it just hit me so deeply.
Yeah.
And ever since I've stopped trying to steer the conversation, I do my research. I don't
Yeah.
like try to go in totally,
Blind.
stupidly.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it's nice to just like see where it goes. So yeah, talking about being a dad and like
Yeah.
like this is a little bit of a firearms podcast. So like that absolutely applies like, where everyone comes from. I think it's appropriate.
Well, I find also expanding other than just being firearms, tactics, whatever
Mhm.
competition, and then letting the listeners know more about the person, knowing more about you. People appreciate it because it's
Absolutely.
something that they can associate with,
Yes.
and they can identify with. And so, oh, this guy's a dad. He's a cop. He might have something. Probably doesn't have anything worth listening to, but he might have something.
Sure.
But it's. I wouldn't say it's a litmus, but it is something that's nice to hear, especially with personal stories.
Right.
You mentioned with your previous guest talking about motherhood.
Hmm.
How cool is that to
Right.
have? Because a lot of people experience it, they live it, but how often are they talking about it? And how often are they hearing about it on a podcast, especially like this? So
Absolutely.
it's just nice. It's human.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's interesting how like with music, do you believe in like the subconscious aspect of music and how like
I've never thought of that.
okay, how like I mean if you listen to kind of like think of a really just gnarly rap song and it says like ugly things about women and it has a primary focus on making money and like
Yeah.
materialistic things, right?
Yeah.
If that's just playing in the background all day long, that's gonna like subconsciously work into
Oh
your eye.
yeah.
Like we're such complex creatures. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
And so, but we don't like get to know the rapper. We don't look at their background. We're
Yeah.
not curious. But like with podcast hosts, you're listening to information and you're being given resources. So it makes total sense that like this is probably such a common sense thing to say, but I'm just now like connecting these dots. Like it makes sense that you would want to know their background and like where they're coming from and their passions because you are taking in that information, absorbing it, whether or not you maybe even think you are.
So what you mentioned, especially with your example of the rapper,
Mhm.
if we were to dig a little deeper with that person, and then we find out, yeah, this is a corporate shill.
Mhm.
None of this is authentic.
Right.
How's that going to work for him?
Right.
And so that's been an awesome part of running a podcast. Primarily the guests that I have, you are on this week.
Oh, nice. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah. To have authentic people that can talk about their expertise, they talk about their experience, and that authenticity, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
And no one has to be fake. Everyone can just be who they are.
Yes.
I have an episode that I'm slowly planning out with some of the people from last week's training,
Okay.
with some some authors
Mm-hmm.
and a couple of the instructors.
Yes. Yeah.
And the topic, though, is we're going to talk about how modern entertainment is warping the public perception of violence,
Ooh.
leadership.
Whoa.
And so this isn't our typical direction.
Yeah.
But I heard Chris Seipert and Jeff Haskell and a couple others talk about this stuff.
Mhm.
I thought this would be an awesome podcast.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
not
doesn't have to stay on this straight and narrow of gun
right.
tactics.
Right.
talking about this because it affects people. And it might
Absolutely.
hopefully it might open some people's eyes, but
Yeah.
it also is giving another perspective of some of the panelists.
Absolutely.
Anytime I have Chris Seipert on, he is absolutely amazing. Wonderful guy, super smart, and I love hearing his perspective
Yeah.
on things.
And his voice. He's got a
And
great
yeah,
voice.
he does.
Yeah.
A radio voice.
He has a yeah.
That-
I was about to say you have very much a radio voice.
I think it's just developed after 12 years.
Absolutely.
But just to be able to go beyond what the expectation with a gun podcast is. Okay, so
Right.
you need to have a big beard, you need to
Mhm.
be you failed.
I'm working on it.
But this not the bro vet thing
Mhm.
that exists, but I'm just I don't want to have anything to do with that. I just want to
Yeah.
be myself. The reason I do a podcast is because I want to learn.
Mhm.
And I've said it on the podcast multiple
Love
times.
that. Yes.
You know what? And it sounds bad, but I don't care what the listener wants. I want
Sure.
to listen to this. I want to have this
Yes.
conversation, and people just happen to like it.
I think that's the best way to do it. I joke that this is
Authenticity.
authenticity, and I joke that this is like the most selfless and selfish endeavor I've ever done because
Yeah.
I get to ask what I want to ask, I get to talk to who I want to talk to,
Completely.
and then I also get to like use like the podcast is barely sponsored. I have one true sponsor who like actually throws money my way and doesn't like care if it
Yeah.
brings the exact ROI. That's right to bear. But they, with all that said, this is very much self-funded, and so I'm like, okay, it's technically
Yeah.
selfless, but
Yeah.
everything else is selfish. And I
Completely.
think that excitement, just like when you watch anyone do what they love, kind of encourages you to tune in and like, yeah, it totally makes sense. So how did you guys get your start? I guess you as
So
a plethora of
yeah. So I started primary and secondary back in 2014, and essentially what it was a gun group on Facebook.
Mhm.
And I found on Facebook the gun groups really sucked. They just sucked. If you came at any member with any information that's accurate, man, you'd get dogpiled.
Right.
And so I had a lot of good connections. I had some really good networking with gun industry people, instructors, cops, military competitors. And I thought, why don't I just start my own thing?
Yes.
So I started my own thing. And after about a year, we had this this group chat
Mhm.
where all the moderators were in this big group chat
Mhm.
on Facebook. And it was like 2 a.m. and we have one of the regulars, Chuck Pressburg,
Mhm.
who at the time was known as Roland. He's in there, and the chat is by text,
Right.
and he's telling all these stories. And my buddy Matt says, this is good stuff. It's a shame we can't share this.
Mhm.
Why don't we do a podcast?
Yes.
So I did I started a podcast, gathered a bunch of the guys, and it was just a free for all, multiple hours. And within that first month, I think I did an episode every night. And yeah,
What?
and it was awesome.
Oh my
And they were hours. And what would happen is people would just kind of show up,
Yeah.
and we just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes some panelists would fall asleep on
No
live.
way.
Yeah, some
Wait,
went
I actually believe that. If it's been
and snore.
years.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. You know, that happened with a therapist of mine once. He fell asleep and started snoring in my session.
So is that a good sign?
No.
Oh, okay.
Freaking miracle. I'm joking. Yeah, I guess so. It wasn't like that spicy to
Not
where he was
overly
like,
concerned.
right, that's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, switch therapist, don't worry.
He's
Anyway,
very comfortable with you.
yeah, yes, gosh. Yeah. I think he was getting a little old. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, falling asleep. That's so
Falling
funny.
asleep.
Because you wake him up, you can't touch him.
No.
No.
And so
because-
we just have snoring on camera, and we're all just
that's
laughing.
hilarious. That's never.
But I have control. I can remove them or mute
nice.
them. But
They wake
didn't
up
want
and it's just
to.
a black screen.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Someone go over there and tuck them in. But so basically the way it worked is we started doing these podcasts, and they were specifically called modcasts because it was primary and secondary moderators of
Right.
the group. So mod.
Okay.
After doing it for about a year, I kind of shift gears as opposed to having it kind of a free for all. We're going to have focus. We're going to have somewhat of a direction. I can't predict the direction we're going to go,
Right.
but we're going to start here, and this is what I'd like to talk about. If we wind up over here, it happens.
I
That's
see.
perfectly fine.
Okay.
But one of the things I also urge people to do is, go with the flow. If there's something you want to bring up that's tangentially related, bring it up.
Right.
And if we have to steer our way back,
Mhm.
yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
And so it's been a fun, however long, I think February 2016 was the first one. It's
Yeah.
been a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's been so educational for me.
That's fantastic.
Unbelievably educational. And
Oh, yeah.
I think I've cut down my a
Ooh,
lot
okay,
too.
that's
They still happen
fantastic.
all the time,
I
but
have noticed you're very good at not having filler words, and I think that's what, like,
oh,
radio
I catch it.
I I've heard some ums, I've got some ums, and, but otherwise, damn it, now I'm gonna think about every single little filler word I use.
Mhm.
But yeah, you articulate very well. It's very, yeah, it's very podcasty. S Damn it, now I can't unhear it. Something, Caleb Giddings, one of the reasons we met,
Yep.
and by the way, just a shout out, Citizen Defense Research
Yes.
just put on an awesome 4-day
Yeah.
training event. I only went to the first day, very selfishly, got to set up with Caleb Giddings' revolver and learn revolver for the first time, and he's a good friend, so I got to hang out
You're
with him and see
shooting
him.
a 692.
A 692, thank you.
Yeah,
Because I was
that's
gonna
a
say I don't know
great
which one it
revolver.
is, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was s the trigger was so heavy. I've been
And
thinking
double
about
action.
it.
Yeah.
Double action.
But if you're shooting a revolver, it should just be double action.
Gotcha, okay. Is that like a controversial
Kinda.
kind of? Okay.
Well, it depends because if you're taking a modern take of
Uh-huh.
defense, everything should be a double action press because you're not gonna be pulling back the hammer unless your strength doesn't allow for that double action press, and
Right.
Caleb actually brought that example up
Yes.
specifically. I had never
did.
thought of that,
Mhm.
and he brought that up, and I thought, "That's true."
That makes a lot of
Unless the
sense.
revolver is a single action, and then obviously you don't have a double action,
Right.
or it's incredibly heavy, and it will
Mhm.
never go off. But,
Yeah.
yeah, double action's the way to go.
Yeah, when we were doing the f 5x5, I think is what it was called, the drill, I had so much trouble getting it to pull. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, my shotgun is probably the heaviest trigger I have, and even then it was like triple
yeah.
that weight. So,
And so and that translates perfectly, especially with your dry fire.
yeah.
Everything else is gonna shoot so
Ugh,
much easier,
it feels so light.
so much
I
lighter.
just got the Walther PDPF Pro,
Yeah.
and that trigger is like so much nicer.
Oh, nothing to it.
Yeah, and then
Nothing to it.
oh, crap, Chris told me about a brand that sells adapted spring, and I can't think of the name, but I'm about to like change out the spring.
Yeah.
That's all I know. It's a little bit of a lighter spring. I was
Yeah.
just now getting into like some mods for that.
Mhm.
All that to say, Caleb mentioned we should talk about the evolution of your podcast,
Yeah.
and I'd love to know over the 12 years, and you can break it up as much as you
Yeah.
like. Let's see where this goes. Speaking
Yeah.
of tangents, how has that evolved for you?
So, consistently, the most difficult thing is getting the panel together,
Ah,
getting the guests together. Second most difficult is, well, let's see here, because I had a second, but then something else.
take your time. It's a
Yeah.
very general question. I
Yeah.
gave you like basically introduce yourself
Yeah,
question. Yeah,
herding cats is
yeah,
it's horrible.
yeah.
Yeah, once we figure out the time,
Hmm.
probably number 3 would be most difficult is figuring out what the hell are we gonna talk about. And recently for me, I've been burnt out. I haven't had much motivation to do one because I can't find
Sure.
anything I wanna talk about.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
and so
Okay.
I just step away.
Yeah.
Just step away, and then, like, over this past training event,
Mhm.
I thought of multiple topics with the
Ooh,
right panelists,
fantastic.
then, okay, full steam ahead.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the shift I went from season 1 to season 2, and really the only difference is I got a divorce, and
yeah,
I needed a break, and so,
yeah,
I was able to take time away. I was panicking the whole time because I was
mhm.
like, "Uh-oh, people are gonna forget, they're not gonna trust, like, me
Yes,
coming back."
yeah,
But
unsubscribe.
exactly.
Yeah,
It led to me meeting so many people in that time and getting to focus on just being myself and going into situations, into classes I otherwise maybe wouldn't have
yeah,
because of the time the podcast maybe could have taken.
yeah.
All that to say, I think, music wouldn't be music without the rests. And I think
Mhm.
about that a lot
Oh,
when it
completely.
comes to life.
Yeah.
So that's exciting that you're finding new ideas. And this book thing, I'm so excited to listen. This is with Larry Correa.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Gosh, I'm so jelly. I want to interview him and I'm gonna have to be like, I'm going to bring up your podcast and um I didn't tell him this because it felt like it's like going up to a GM shooter and being like, I shoot
Mhm.
sometimes. I do write. This is
Yeah.
not something I talk about almost ever. This is like the debut of this on the episodes, but um I I am writing a little bit of a book. It's like a thriller and a lot of romance, of course, because like otherwise our girlies would not read it. But
Yeah.
I'm writing it and I'm able to incorporate weaponry and I'm like so excited because I get to actually sound like someone who knows what they're talking about
Yeah.
as an author. That's probably my strength when it comes to that. But I'm so excited to to listen to this and then pick his brain on the incorporation of weapons
Yeah.
and yeah, and writing.
And so you're the 2 other writers that were there also.
There were 2 other writers there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was such a dummy.
No.
I
So
was
Jeff was there with his wife,
Okay.
and then Mike was on the far end opposite of where we were.
Is his name spelled with a G?
No, H.
Okay. Jeff?
Oh, yeah, Jeff is a J.
It's a J. Okay,
Yeah.
not a G. Okay, I had just had a Jeff message me, and I was wondering. Okay, you were saying.
So, yeah, those 2 definitely also can assist with that, and as a matter of fact,
So
that was
cool.
one of the conversations I had with Jeff.
Wonderful.
Jeff Haskell was talking about what his motivations were and what his style is, and he wants to have realistic sci-fi with realistic concepts and
Nice.
pseudo-realistic weaponry and tactics.
That's
So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Do you think that will be an arc you have on the podcast? Do you think you will, like, reach out to more authors?
Yes.
Is this your arc?
This is one of the things I would want to discuss with them.
With multiple episodes? And, like, oh gosh, how exciting.
Potentially,
Okay.
because I didn't realize I knew as many authors as I did.
That's so funny.
Like Aaron Cowan's one of them, and I never think of him as an author, but he's
Okay.
he's a successful author. And
He's
Aaron's a
really equal to
Aaron's a fantastic instructor, wonderful videos,
Nice.
super smart guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to, like, link them in the show notes with along your podcast.
COWN. Yeah.
Fantastic. Which, by the way, I mean to say this more. The resources are always in the show notes of the episode. So you click on the title, description, and I always put the resources just like listed out at the very bottom because they're usually like 5 or so links. So I tend to put them there. So if you after this episode go and like to say after this episode, don't leave yet. Listen to the whole
We
thing.
still got 5 hours.
Right, exactly. Definitely go follow and subscribe to the primary and secondary podcasts as well. So, but yeah, you'll have to listen to this freaking series. How cool! That's fantastic.
And so with Larry, you missed out Sunday night. Did you? You were familiar with what was happening on Sunday,
I was
right?
told about some live action role playing. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
How did that go?
Awesome.
Ah,
Awesome. So one of the reasons why it was so successful also is because
Sorry,
Larry is a wonderful storyteller.
I bet.
So he's running the whole thing, and on the fly, he's able to make things just absolutely flow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've played those types of games before. I'm not a
Okay.
pro by any means. Several of the people in attendance were absolutely amazing.
They're actually acting.
Kind of.
Kind of.
We're
Okay.
all sitting in couches laughing and stuff.
Okay.
But it was awesome. You
Yeah.
absolutely missed out.
I
You
believe
truly
that. I
missed
will
out.
come next year.
You
That will
should.
be my goal.
Yes.
This is my kind of side note. This is my year of no. I know that sounds really weird. I had a year of yes, and I joke that like I developed an autoimmune disease because I did so much. I didn't think about like
Yep.
rest and recovery
Yep.
and like taking care of myself.
Shot show.
Yes, it was like a year of shot shows,
Yeah.
basically. And so
Yes.
that's when I agreed to. It was the most amazing thing to agree to. But the World Shoot coming up this October, and yeah, this year I've taken a step back, and if I feel like an extreme desire to go, but that my body needs rest, it's immediate no. I have to
Yep.
be like, actually, I can't. And
Yep.
it's been hard because I'm such a yes girl. Like I want to be like, yes, anything, let's go. Like
Yep.
experience
Yep.
life and meet new people and like have new ideas for podcasts and
Yep.
stuff. But I would actually really love to go, and I'll plan for it next time. So that would be really exciting.
So with that in mind,
Yeah.
So how many years have you been doing this?
Podcasting?
Yeah.
3.
And so how long have you been active in firearms? And then I'm going to bring this up on my podcast too.
4, 5.
Okay.
Oh my god, I need to know this.
Oh, that's true.
It's
Yeah.
2026, right?
I guess.
I bought a gun around COVID time, 2020, 2021
Yeah.
ish.
What'd you buy?
I bought a Glock 43X.
Oh, okay.
Glock 19 was my first gun.
Yeah.
Got a standard Co USA holster, bought some discreet carry concept clips, threw them on there, got a
Yeah.
Bigfoot gun belt.
Yeah.
And that's all I had. I had a box of hollows and like a little ammo can that I started putting stickers on. And I was like, I am a gun person now. I was really excited.
That's all
about
it
it.
takes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And gosh, 12 years. So how did you get into shooting and guns?
I was the kid growing up that had the large arsenal plastic guns, the toys.
Oh, yeah.
So I've always been fascinated by firearms.
Like
Absolutely.
rubber, or sorry, are these the like wooden guns with the
Oh, you name
rubber
it.
bands? Anything?
If I didn't have anything like that accessible, a stick in the shape of a gun would be
Nice.
perfectly fine.
That's awesome.
And so I was the weird kid that was fascinated by firearms.
Gosh, it's cool. I feel like well, nowadays it may not be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like you maybe can't talk about it at school.
No.
Oh God.
But so in high school, I would bring a gun digest. to look through
Interesting.
on study hall and figure out, okay, I want
Yeah.
that, and I want that, and I want that.
Did you ever take this is a weird question, but, like, stick with me. Have you ever taken a gun to school when you were a kid?
No,
Okay, I know of many people now.
especially here. Especially here,
In
like having shotguns in the back, in their trucks.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the
But I
thing.
haven't. I was
Okay.
in Chicago.
I dated a guy who's in his 40s. I don't know if I should I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my podcast,
Yeah.
whatever. Dated a guy in his 40s, and he was like, "Yeah,
So
when"
old.
oh my god, I don't wanna talk about it.
I'm 50.
I
Yeah.
No, it's not old, it's so young,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, he told me he would take a revolver to school when he was little. Like, a lot of the kids had, like, 22 revolvers, and I was like,
What?
"What the fuck?" I
Yeah.
was sorry, like, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
"That's insane," and he was like, "Yeah, it
You
was, like,
swear
normal."
because of your mom.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. She listens, so thanks, mom. But, yeah, she's a lawyer, very classy woman,
Oh,
but she
cool.
do be cussing.
But taking a revolver to school,
I know,
why? What
and
are you expecting zombies or
I know that I think he was, like, bullied a little bit. He talked about, like
still?
I know, that's, like, insane, but he said that a lot of the kids did it, like, they had, like, the desks with the cubbies. He maybe he was a little old for me, I don't know, but he had, like, the cubbies, and then you put
Yeah.
the
Oh,
gun
no,
in
I
it.
know as someone 11 years older than that, I completely can I but
Yeah,
bringing a gun?
I know. I
Jeez.
kinda just thought, well, maybe it was a different time, and I just don't understand.
No, that's insanity. What state was this? Insanity. It was the state of insanity.
It
It was
was
in Utah?
Utah. I think he grew up in, like, Bountiful or something.
And this is why it's important that our school resource officers are
Yeah, exactly. I took a knife to school in high school
yeah,
because this group of gosh, this girl stole my phone. She had, like, a
full
I know, iPhone, took it from my purse, took it out of the case, left the case in my purse and everything, caught it on camera. The cop pulled her out and everything. And then I went to a school where I was the minority as someone
yeah.
who's white. And I speak Spanish. I'm half Cuban. I just don't look it at all. But like I was the minority. And this was um questionably safe school,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I went there for the orchestra program
Yeah. In
in
Arkansas?
Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. In Northwest Arkansas. And her and her like gang would wait for me outside of school, walking to my car. I used to have textbooks, lunchbox, violin as a backpack,
Yeah.
my other backpack slung over.
I forgot. No, I have that. I have the
Oh, you brought
yeah.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, so cool. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything.
No, no, not at all. You brought a violin. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, very cool. I'll have to tell you about that. I have a whole plan for that.
Yeah.
But yes, so that happened. And yeah, I carried a folding blade. I didn't know anything about fighting with it. I took some craft courses, but that's like the most weaponry. And I think I had a legitimate reason. Like I would have been proud to be in court and be like, yeah, they were gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So can't hit him with a violin case because my violin's way too expensive.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
like
I was
things
gonna
that
say, yeah, you can't. No,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. So you never took any weapons to school.
No,
Okay.
not even a knife.
Gotcha. But you said you took this, like, textbook? This, like what did you call it? You took a book to school that had magazine? Did you take a
Oh
magazine?
yeah, it was a book, a
Okay.
gun digest.
Digest. Sorry, I
Yeah,
couldn't think
yeah,
of the
yeah.
word.
I'm thinking,
Yes.
what? Huh?
Is that a magazine?
No, it's a book. It's a
Oh,
back
nice.
in the day, back when we had books.
No, I have a firearms Smithsonian
Mhm.
textbook thingy that I typically leave on my coffee table to be like, "Oh, look at my Smithsonian book."
Yes, yes.
It's currently on the bookshelf, but I do have one like
Yeah.
that. So, was it
Back
like that? Like, big?
it was yeah,
You just carried it with your other textbooks
yeah.
and your revolver?
Well, I didn't have
Just kidding.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, I had that, and I just like guns that much that I
Yeah.
wouldn't bring this, and so I remember one day I don't remember if it was study hall or driver's ed or something, looking through it, and and one of the teachers comes up and points at a couple on the page, and he says, "I have that one, and I have that one."
Oh.
I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I have a permit to carry." "Wait, you have a permit to ca" So in Illinois, where I was at in the suburb of Chicago, this is unheard of.
Yeah.
And so
Really?
he, though, lived in Indiana, which,
Okay.
yeah, that's perfectly normal.
Right.
So that got me thinking, "Oh, I need to move to Indiana." Never moved over there, but
Interesting.
just the fact that the teacher reached out
Right.
and from then on, we would have gun conversations And it was cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be so cool. That would have been like my new favorite teacher.
Exactly.
That's really awesome. Did you have any friends that were into it? Did you get be able
Not
to
to the not to the level that I was.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I might have been a little too far. I don't know.
that's okay. I was totally bullied a lot as a kid, like didn't have many friends. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I have so many great friends that like guns.
Well, I was never bullied though.
Oh,
But
okay. Sorry. So you can't relate to that. You don't have to carry a blade with you.
no,
Okay.
no, I was large or at least taller than most.
Oh, there you
So
go. There you
yeah.
go. That works. That's good. Okay, so what interested you about guns? Just like
Good question.
the way they
I don't know.
worked, what they did?
That's a very good question. I have no idea.
Interesting.
And I didn't get to shoot very often, and it was a cool event when I got to when my dad would take me to the range.
Yeah.
Um, but just a fascination. And but that being said, I remember one of my classmates also had an absolute fascination with trains.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see, yeah, actually trains are pretty dang cool.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And
Yes.
having a conversation with him and like, oh wow,
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, when people are passionate about
Passionate and
something.
authentic.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. My friend Joe, do you know Joey Sauerland? He's one of like newer GMs in the standard division. Jesus, he's been on my podcast like 3 times. I should know this, but
Is
all
it
that to say,
Jesus?
no, yeah, that's hilarious. That took me a second. But yeah, he
This is
w-
Utah. Come
right? I
on.
know, right? He started one day. He was like, "Do you know about trains?" And I was like, "No." And he starts telling me about like how God, some really dark stuff. Like this is very tangential, but we can do this.
Yeah.
There is a support group for conductors who have hit
Oh,
children
I believe it. I absolutely
on
believe it.
train tracks
I believe it.
because they can't stop it
Yep.
when it's going at a certain speed and distance.
Yep.
And um, he just like starts going on. It's one of those like ADD sprints, and you're just there for it. It was basically what this podcast is. And I was like, damn. So I now know all these things about like train conductors and their like psychological health
Yeah.
and suicide rates and all these things.
I
So
believe it.
it was kind of wild. But yeah, okay, very cool. And then where did it go from there? So graduated school.
Graduated, served one of those Mormon missions, went to Berlin, Germany, came back and
Early.
had to figure out, okay, what direction do I want to go? I kind of wanted to go military, but then I thought about it and thought, well, police do use guns.
Yeah.
And after doing a mission, after doing the church bit, I kind of thought, I like service too.
Mhm.
And so I think I could probably do more for my community going into law enforcement.
That's fantastic.
And so then went through the academy and let's see here, I got back from the mission in 97, went through the academy in 98, immediately started as a reserve, as a part-timer, and then full-time in 2000 and been chugging along ever since. And you just reminded me of
Mhm.
the fourth most difficult aspect of doing podcasting.
There we go. I'm ready.
Remembering the direction we were going initially.
There it is. That's hilarious. Was it really that or are you joking?
No.
It was really
Because
that?
because you brought everything
That's
back.
hilarious.
Sometimes I find myself in a conversation and go, "Oh shit, how do we get here?
Yes.
And what were we just talking about?" And I had a
Absolutely.
question that I wanted to bring up and I forgot.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It really comes from I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna be a little transparent. Therapy.
Mm.
I would get so tangential in therapy, and sometimes I did it to avoid like the major thing that I brought up.
Yeah.
I would fixate on a small symptom of what this like more systemic issue was, and my therapist would be like, "Hey, really quick, not to cut you off, finish what you're saying, but remember this came up because of X."
Yeah.
And I had to be like, "Oh yeah, because we went back and we would trace back together." And
Yeah.
I got so efficient at it because we only have an hour a week,
Yeah.
And I'd be
Yeah.
like, I can't afford more than an hour a week. So I like needed Jamie
Yeah.
to like focus on, So that's gosh, yeah. Little side note there. I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Where were we?
And shit is my 5-year-old's favorite swear word.
Really? Oh, nice. That's perfect. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I did want to ask you, I heard the other day from
All lies.
someone in the industry, huh?
All lies.
Okay.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think you might say that. I don't know if this is true, but he's in the industry. I don't want to say who it is out.
Yeah.
This isn't something he publicly shared, but he's Mormon, and he said on his mission he like would go and shoot guns when he was abroad, and I was like, oh, cool. And he was like, yeah, I wasn't really
This
supposed to.
abroad?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
where
not
he
a very
was.
nice thing to say
That-
about
it-
females.
That's freaking
Oh,
hilarious.
that's a dad joke.
That was good. That was really funny.
Horrible dad joke.
No, it was good. It was good.
So it
Is that a thing?
depends. It could be, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't think you're supposed to, but where I was in Germany, we didn't have any access
Right.
to anything, and no one we were around had access.
Okay. Yes.
Now I could see definitely stateside.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be dependent on the mission and the rules, and yeah.
So it's mission dependent sometimes.
I don't know. I don't think they're supposed to handle firearms, period.
Okay. Is there a reason? Like, do you know anything about that? Like why that would
It's
be?
probably just an umbrella safety thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. It's not like it's a distraction to the
No.
mission or
Yeah.
okay, it's really just a
It's
safety.
probably just a safety thing, just to cut down on people accidentally getting shot
Ah,
or being involved in a shooting.
legally very smart. Yeah, that would make sense. That would look bad on the
Yeah.
culture, especially if it like harmed another individual. Okay, cool. I've been thinking about this ever since he said it. I didn't want to be like, I want to be like so weird and then like
Yeah.
fixate on that aspect.
Well,
But
thinking back, so there's basically a book that you have of rules, and one of them also is no swimming. And I don't remember what the logic was, but I think it's because probably people died. And so they just said, you know what? We're not
let's
going to
just
do this
not
anymore.
swim.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. It's like a parent, like if a parent could write a rule book of like things not to do so that they could protect you.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And
Yeah.
that's essentially what it is.
And the church be around for a long time, so
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so police work.
Yeah.
Is there anything, not to like dive into Mormon culture, I'm just kind of curious, is there anything, like, is that a common
Which aspect?
career path for
Oh.
a Mormon? Is there any
Actually-
like conflict there? Like-
Actually,
okay.
CIA, I understand, is way more common for the Mormons.
Why is that?
Mostly a clean record. A lot of them speak a second language.
Because of their mission.
Yeah. Able to get clearances.
Whoa.
That's my understanding.
And like, I'm sure some connections, like it's a very connected
Yeah.
religion. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So
Whoa.
so in the individual congregation I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
as a matter of fact, I think everyone since I've moved here, there have been a couple police officers in each,
Nice. That's interesting.
but not a huge contingent, but
Yeah.
a couple.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So police work.
Yeah.
Did that fuel any of your podcasting career? Did you ever come across things
Kind of, sort of.
kind of sorta?
Kind of,
Okay.
sort of. So essentially what wound up happening with me and my whole career path, I started in corrections, and I remember a lot of people basically telling me, yeah, that's stupid. I want to be on the road. I don't ever want to work in
Okay.
a jail.
Gotcha.
I spent 2 years working in a jail, 2 years working in a halfway house. And looking back, those were really good experiences for me because
Okay.
I was dealing with the clientele on a normal basis. And so I'm dealing with the worst of the worst. Well, not necessarily the worst, but
Mhm.
so people that we don't want in among us.
Right.
I'm dealing with them on a daily basis. I'm
Mhm.
talking with them on a daily basis. I get to see what their cues are. I get to read them. Wonderful training for getting out on the road when you're among everyone. And then when you see certain behaviors, you go, oh, there's something up with this
Oh
person.
my gosh.
So from there, went to, did patrol. I think in 2008, I wound up being assigned to be a school resource officer.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have anything to do with that.
Interesting.
Oh no, that's pass.
So like a high school.
Elementary schools
Oh.
and teaching DARE.
And what? I'm sorry.
Oh, so DARE is basically it's.
I thought you were speaking.
Yeah.
I thought you were speaking another language.
I am
I'm sorry.
speaking.
Oh, you are.
Clearly,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I was
But
like, what did you
I
just
am
say? I've
speaking
never
another
heard this
language.
word.
So DARE
Sorry.
is that whole thing with the lion and I don't even remember. It's been years. Basically, it's don't do drugs. It's a class that I would teach
Oh.
to fifth graders.
Oh, this is an acronym.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
Yeah, exactly. Here, you have your phone.
You can look it up. What does
DARE, yeah.
anti-drug
Yeah.
acronym?
That's how good of a DARE officer. No, it's
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
kids, I don't know, but don't do it.
yeah. I don't
kidding.
remember what I had for breakfast.
Oh.
So
Take drug abuse resistance education.
that's exactly what it stands for.
Drug abuse. See that? I can't. I'm reading it. And I'm like, I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna forget. Drug abuse resistance education.
Yeah.
Resistance education. Okay, that makes sense.
So I tried
Define the
that for a few
problem.
years.
Then it says define the problem, assess the choices, respond. Does it also stand for that?
So that's your
This-
problem-solving tool.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're supposed to define the problem,
Yes.
assess the choices, respond by making a choice. Who made this up? Evaluate your decision.
Yes. That's good decision making.
That is.
And so imagine
assess the choices.
Some
respond.
cop coming to your class when
This
you're in
makes
the 5th grade and presenting these decision-making skills.
You know what? That makes sense.
It works.
Yes. I mean, as opposed to just kind of like doing something and then being like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
You actually like you think about what the other options are, which is maybe to not this makes sense. Yes. Maybe I needed this training. Just
So yeah,
I
so
don't do drugs
me either,
either.
and that's why I can be in the CIA.
They're
Yeah,
nice. No.
no, it's not for me.
Okay. Not yet.
No,
Okay.
I'm too old.
Gotcha.
But it taught this class to multiple fifth grade classes.
Yeah.
And then also as a school resource officer, I was basically the liaison for the police department and the school or the school district.
Okay.
And it was a blast. I
Okay.
loved it.
So at first you were
Oh,
kind
I
of
didn't want to
sketched
have
out of
anything to do with it. And also there's kind of a public speaking aspect to it. And
Yeah.
I taught firearms, but this is with a small group of adults. This isn't classrooms of kids.
I see.
And so I found out I really enjoyed it.
That's
I loved it. And what would happen is I would approach the classes the same way I approach everything else. And I'm not dumbing things down because we're dealing with fifth graders. Fifth graders are
Right.
smart. So I can be
Yeah.
myself, and I could see a lot of times some of my jokes would go all over their heads and hit the teacher right in the face. And
I
they start
love
laughing in
that.
the back.
Oh, that's awesome.
But what I determined also as a school resource officer is I'm the first line of defense for the school.
Yeah.
And so I started taking training much more seriously and wound up enrolling in classes that were outside of what the agency would provide.
Okay.
So I would take rifle classes, pistol classes, and then I even went as far as going to counterterrorism schools.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And also an active shooter response, because there is definitely a correlation, or they're related with active shooter and counterterrorism with the overall response. So getting all of this to be the best defender I possibly could be.
That's
And
interesting.
so I did that for, I think I was a school resource officer for 4 years and loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Explain something to me. Counterterrorism for an elementary school. What does
Yeah.
that look like?
So it's more of active shooter response,
I see.
but it's just the counterterrorism aspect of it. It's active shooters. Yeah,
Makes sense.
roughly the same. There are definitely some other factors with the counterterrorism aspect. Essentially, I trained a lot over at a facility called Direct Action Resource Center in
Yeah.
Arkansas,
Yes,
in
we
Little
talked
Rock.
about this. I
Yeah,
think it came up.
yeah, Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool.
And essentially, what it is it's preparation for law enforcement in general. You don't have to be a SWAT officer. It can be a patrol officer or school resource officer, you name it,
That's wonderful.
in preparation for a multi-cell terrorist attack involving a multi-jurisdictional response.
Wow.
So if we have
That's so
multiple
neat.
agencies
Yeah.
responding, we can
Right.
all be on the same page.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And this is one. Are there more facilities like that, or is Arkansas really just
For me personally, that's it.
Really?
That's the mecca.
okay?
Um,
That's good to know.
but there are places like Alert, which teach an active shooter.
Oh.
There are multiple active shooter type classes.
Okay.
I think Darcy is probably the finest school out there for this specific task,
Absolutely.
and it's run wonderfully. It is. Let's see here. I remember it's 7 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't anticipate leaving the facility to go to dinner or lunch. You eat everything there,
Right.
and it's 100 hours of training within a week,
Wow.
and it's amazing.
Can civilians go?
To certain classes, yes.
Okay.
Not necessarily to the
Those.
counterterrorism
Okay.
one. However, you can sign up to be up for. You can be a bad guy.
Oh, nice.
And
And
so
kind
what
of
hap-
learn peripherally.
What was that?
And kind of learn peripherally.
Kinda,
That's a
kinda.
fun word to say.
And
Yeah.
essentially, what happens is they tell you, okay, this is your equipment list. This is the stuff you need to be the bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll probably need some. If you don't have like the face plate or the
Right.
face mask and stuff, they can supply it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But they also supply all your ammo,
That's
and it's all you
nice.
can eat Sims.
Wow.
But that goes in two directions. You can shoot
Right.
them, and
And
they
you
are
see
going to be
them.
shooting you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen my social media?
I've heard about
you seen-
when you were pelted.
Yes.
A lot
Did I show you
in
my
the back?
Did I show it to you?
No,
Okay, cool. This is like my newest show and tell thing. Let me show you really quick. I got hit point blank.
that's what I hear.
It was pretty gnarly. Oh my gosh, how freaking long. There it is. Okay, sorry. So this was my
Yeah.
back afterwards.
Yeah.
Insane. I actually haven't checked it out recently, because it's like on my back.
Yeah.
But you can see him. I totally I tried
That
to just like
is-
pummel him.
That is so rude.
I know, so freaking rude. He just went for it and then shot, and then I think
And then
thought
you're
there were
like,
more. Oh, I was screaming, and Craig was like, "You're fine."
did you wind up
Getting him back.
with a sewing machine?
Sushi?
stabbing him a bunch.
Oh, this
Is
is
this the same
this is
guy?
a different this is a different one. When did you hear that? Where is this from? Wait, how do you know about this?
I hear things.
Who'd you talk to?
I don't even. It might have been Larry
Oh, that's
because
actually
I heard
so
you
cool.
just demolished
I
someone.
totally did.
Was
This
it the same
was
guy though?
No, this was a
Oh,
little different. So this was this exactly. I didn't feel comfortable reaching for my gun, so I took my El Nino and I stabbed him, and then even when he
yeah.
hit the ground, and then I tossed
And
it
then
and
you did,
drew.
but you didn't shoot
Yeah.
that, so that's good.
I didn't.
You
No.
you controlled.
I shot the next guy. That's a whole thing. I need to do a breakdown of that video. I'm glad you just reminded me of that, but
That would be cool.
it would be. I think I get nervous with social media. Don't get me wrong. I'm all over the whole like cringy whatever. Like I'm cool to be cringy now, but um the si- the evolutions, like unless you've done a class, like you understand it. You've been in this industry, and like you've done training like this with some guns like at Darcy.
I have scars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, is that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
As a matter of fact, a week later, I found a piece of plastic in there from the from the projectile.
That's so gnarly. Jesus.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it does look cool. Yeah, I would totally take a little whelp to talk about casually.
It made great Instagram pictures.
You know,
Blood.
this one
And,
did too, dude. I posted my flexing, and I was like, check out my casual whelps. This episode of She Shield is brought to you by Right to Bear. You've probably heard me say that self-defense is more than simply carrying a firearm. It's awareness, avoidance, and preparation for anything that is to come your way. And that's why I'm partnering with Right to Bear. They stand by defenders like you and me. You'll receive benefits like expert witness support, psychological care, gun replacement, and even protection for other lawful self-defense tools like pepper spray, knives, and even your hands and feet if you have to use them in a struggle. What sets Right to Bear apart is that they are dedicated to education and immediate legal response. In case you do ever have to protect yourself, you have access to a 24/7 attorney-answered emergency hotline so that you are never alone. What I love most, though, has to be the personal connection that Right to Bear will have with you as a member. For example, Frank, the president of Right to Bear, will give you a personal phone call when he hears about a claim being filed. That level of care in the industry is extremely rare. If you carry, train, and believe in thinking ahead to protect yourself and your family, consider getting a membership with Right to Bear. If you use my code FIT4FIA10, you will get 10% off your membership, and the link to access this and to learn more is located in the show notes of this episode, which are the notes below the title. Protecting yourself and your family should not leave you defenseless afterwards. Stay safe and stay vigilant with Right to Bear. So I feel nervous to post that because if you haven't done force on force simulations,
Yeah.
don't know what an evolution is, don't
Yep.
know the context, how Craig teaches, so many people will comment like I posted
I would have just done this. Oh,
that,
that's so
or like
dumb.
this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like that's a really
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I can
And
totally
clearly,
see it.
that person is not part of your audience.
Exactly.
And personally, I don't want that person as my audience.
I usually block them
Yeah.
because I'm like, you're not here to learn. You're not here to like ask questions. I've gotten critiques before, like, hey, it'd really help if you did this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hell, thanks so much. But those type of comments I just block. And luckily my sister is helping with my social media. And sometimes I write her and I'm like, I do not want to see these comments. Please take care of them.
Yep.
Block anyone you want. I don't care.
Yep.
And my block list is like 500 plus.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah. hmm
Because how
Anyway.
many people are on there, and that's their dopamine.
Yes.
So I'm just going to bash people and feel better about myself.
1,000%. And it's taken a while. I talked to some newer creators and they're like, how do you get around it? I'm like, you kind of build a callus. And I think it's just a time
Don't
thing.
read the comments.
Yes. Like let yourself feel the
I read the
discomfort.
comments.
Yeah. Yes. Especially YouTube. Certain platforms bring.
Well, when I had a YouTube channel,
Yeah, I bet. Gosh, man. Ugh. Did you ever get death threats?
it would no.
I
I don't
got
think I.
death threats.
Why?
When I quit medical school, I posted it and it took me. I was pretty nervous to share that because of just I could hear the comments already.
Yeah.
And they were worse than I ever imagined. A lot of them were like going to shoot up a school, going from an industry where you help people to kill people,
Oh wow.
things like that, especially TikTok, because you're exposed to like,
Yes.
in my opinion, just like a much wider array of people. And I had a few people DM me to say like, I can't wait to catch you in a mass shooting and kill your ass, things like that. So a lot of people ask why I don't like share my family. Like I do monthly recaps, but
Yeah.
they're recaps within my world of shooting
Yep.
and like training and maybe some hiking stuff, but like I don't share my family
Sure.
and like yeah, that's just, especially as a dad, I'm sure that's something you've had to consider because your audience is like vast.
Not really.
Not really?
No, it's focused.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not huge by any means,
Okay.
but it is pinpoint focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
especially for doing it as long as I have definitely honed what that audience is gonna be, and then also my
Okay.
listeners are familiar with my content, and they go, "Hey, you know what? You should listen to this." And
Oh,
so,
nice.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know how much organic, uh, growth I get from people
Uh-huh.
just discovering.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of, what is it, people recommending it.
Yes, totally fair. Would you say that your podcast was one of the first like gun-focused
Oh,
podcasts
no.
out there? No?
No, no.
Were there
There were others.
Okay.
Um, and I think I told you this story at the event, talking to just started the podcast, already been doing primary and secondary, the Facebook group, which wound up attracting a lot of people
Nice.
because we focused on real world application.
Yes.
And I was trying to think of the proper word to use. And if I use, there's one specific word I want to use, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But
Alright.
no, I was very passionate about making sure that we have the best quality
Yeah.
information. So I don't want some BS show off post.
Oh, yeah.
And if people are providing information that's wrong, expect to be called out.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so after gaining this kind of a reputation for, you know what, this is the primary and secondary thing. It's no BS. It's real conversation,
Right.
and it's people that actually care and have experience in what they're
Right.
discussing. I was going to go to SHOT Show and had multiple companies contact me wanting to have an interview with me or have a meeting with me.
Mhm.
And I spoke to one of my friends, John Chappie Chapman, and I said, "John, I don't know what I can present. I'm doing a podcast. I have this group, but I don't have any metrics or anything to say this is my success rate or this
Ooh,
is what
yes.
I'm able to provide."
Okay. We did talk about this. Okay.
Yeah, and so the way he explained it to me was the whole gun industry is a pyramid. And at the very, very top is about 1%, and they're the people that are dictating this is the direction we're going, whether it's a gun, a caliber, piece of equipment, a
Mhm.
tactic, or whatever. Underneath that, you have serious military law enforcement competitors that are about 5-10%.
Okay.
And they're looking upwards and getting ideas on
Mhm.
the direction they want to go from there. Underneath that, you have more casual shooters,
Mhm.
which are about 30%. But they're more serious.
Mhm.
And that the last chunk is grandma with her 22
Mhm.
and the people that own firearms but they don't touch them.
Mhm.
But for every level, they're constantly looking up to figure out, okay, what's the best solution for what my problem is, or what direction should I go with firearms? Well, John told me, Matt, you own part of this 1%, and this is what you're bringing to the table. I thought, oh, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Because of some of the feedback I've gotten from some people, later on wound up having it even more confirmed.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's pretty significant. So,
Yeah.
so my listener base is incredibly focused and it's small.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not huge by any means.
Which do you have like I guess by huge, so the podcast average download, and like this to me is big, is like 350 a week.
Mhm.
And like to me I'm like that's 350 regular people
Yeah,
that like
that's
want to listen,
yeah.
which is like so wild to me. All people tell me, I went to a shotgun championship with Lena recently, and they one of the guys in the squad was like, I was listening to your podcast on the way here, and I was like, on purpose? Like, did it
It's
accidentally
usually
come
my
on?
response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? On purpose? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yikes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's insane. So when you say focus, do you mean just like the kind of like the avatar, the typical person to listen is very exact, or would you mean like
Very,
okay.
yeah, very firearms focused. They're actively training.
Mhm.
Part of this demographic also happens to be the demographic that's buying things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have to bear that in mind when it comes time to figure out, okay, who am I going to associate with?
Right.
To include who am I going to have on the podcast?
Yeah.
Because if there's a company that I can't stand or I don't
Mhm.
believe in their products,
Mhm.
I don't want them on my
Oh,
podcast.
hell
And I'm
no.
definitely not taking their money for advertising.
Isn't that great how you can be that
Yeah.
selective? And I have people that reach out and ask to come on my podcast, and it's an honor every time. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
like that's so kind. Like I'm at that point in my life now where I have to like assess if I want you there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, absolutely not. Like, there's no value this could bring to my listeners. I'm not
No.
going to waste their time. And other times I'm honored and it sounds great. But yeah. As far as like collecting guests and being able to say no, like, has it been challenging for you over the
No.
years? No.
Initially, yes.
Okay.
Because right off the bat, had I taken a couple companies, and they're big companies,
Could have
respectable
paid
companies,
well.
I
Nice.
would have gotten paid so much.
That's always it's
Like,
so hard.
even nowadays, the money they were offering was so much, but
Mhm.
it got easier
Yeah.
every passing month, every
Yeah.
passing year. It's become easier. Would my life have been easier back then with that additional money? Yes. However, that's throwing my credibility away, and that's something I can't get that back.
Right. And I'm sure like 12 years down the road, you're looking back and I'm sure you feel grateful that you
Completely,
chose what you
because I
chose.
still have my integrity
Yeah.
and authenticity.
I love that. Yeah. You like that word. That's good. No, it's true.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, what else do we have? You
Yep.
know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming to the table and I was giving away podcast guest
Mhm.
spots or whatever, what do I actually have to offer in the end? And
Mhm.
what separates me from everyone else?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The brand thing is interesting. I have a few there are way more brands than individuals, like, individual creators that ask to come on
Mhm.
and they want like a spot on the podcast and it's like and it's kind of like angering to me
Mm.
that like it's almost like they don't even know what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
Isn't like if you listened, you would know that this is not what we do.
Yeah.
But like, I have a buddy. I was just thinking today I need to invite him on the podcast. Matt Clanton, he makes these like excellent trainers.
Name sounds familiar.
Clanton Combatives. He makes the red trainer, so it's like the blue gun equivalent in red with the soft trigger guard, so that when you're doing
Yeah.
force on
Yeah. So
force,
you don't break your
break your
fingers.
freaking finger. As
Yeah.
someone who is like almost lost a finger during ECQC,
Yeah.
I'll never
Or
forget.
you just cut them off.
Right.
Cut off the trigger
You
gun.
can totally do that too.
I'd rather have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It like really makes you think about where it's at and
Yeah.
like what are you doing with your finger during the grappling? Like you'll feel the trigger guard, but it if anything it will break, which his have not broken and I've messed with him quite a bit. But like his story and like his like training and what he's trying to do, I think he works out of his garage. Like
Mhm.
I want to hear that and I want to support that. And
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of his guns for my own training. So instruction and everything. So yeah, like some of it absolutely aligns and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a really cool video clip of. Are you familiar with Varg Freeborn?
Who?
Varg Freeborn.
Gosh.
This is not another language. This is
I
his
know,
name.
I'm like, "You're messing with me."
Yeah.
No, that
Dare,
don't.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you even know what it stood for. Sorry, that cracks me up so much. I was like, "What?" And you were
Yeah.
like,
It's
"Dare."
something.
Sorry, okay, you were saying, sorry,
No,
Varg.
but Varg. So Varg has 3 books now. A really good instructor, awesome
Nice.
guy. But he was on my podcast
Mhm.
multiple times, and one of the things is he said something like, "Yeah, you can't pay off Matt Landfair if he doesn't want to. He's not going to sell out,
Fantastic.
and you can offer whatever. He's not going to budge."
I
Like,
like
oh,
it.
I'm saving this
Yeah,
because it's true, but it's also nice that other people recognize it.
absolutely. No, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Is he someone that's listened for a while and come on?
Oh, he's been on. As a matter of fact, man, this could be its own episode.
Uh-huh.
He is so burnt out because of the backstabbing, because of the toxic atmosphere within the
Mhm,
gun industry.
mhm.
He's done with it.
Really?
Yeah, he is
Gosh.
done. He's
Yeah.
doing individual training.
Mhm.
Um, a wonderful guy,
Yeah.
and I love talking to him. I remember the first time I ever met him. Uh, Super serious, and he's not physically imposing. His eyes are imposing, and
Okay.
he'll stare you down.
Nice.
And when I first met him, my goal was to make him laugh.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Isn't that great?
yeah.
Isn't that great? Yeah, I actually have no trouble. I saw this reel the other day and it was like an A an ADD person talking to you and they're like looking everywhere and like when they're listening, they're like locked in. My eye contact is so like serious. Lena's talked to me before and she's like, dude, you're like burning a hole through me. And I'm like, I'm
Settle down.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's like just active listening. Like
Yeah.
I'm just really in it, I have to focus on you. If I go anywhere else, we're done. Like
Or you can just put on sunglasses. That's very
true.
polite.
Yeah, yeah, you could totally do that. Craig was teaching at this last CCQC and he was like, I'm gonna take my sunglasses off while I talk to you all. And so everyone like, because he said something like, I feel like that's more personable. So everyone takes their sunglasses off. And it was like
Yeah.
blaringly bright. So I was just there like,
Yeah.
and at one point I put it back. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I'm yeah, you know me. I'm just gonna, but yeah, that's a good trick. You could totally do that. Walk around and wear sunglasses in the clubs even, just, like, be that person.
Yeah, or people will mistake that you're blind.
True, true. Have
Yeah.
you seen that guy that this is so messed up, but it's so funny. He wears glasses, like, sunglasses, and he has one of those, like, guiding sticks,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think is what
yeah.
they're called, and it contracts and everything, and he'll go in public, sit down next to someone and stare at them, and they'll be like, "You got a problem?" And he'll be like, "What'd you say to me?" And then he'll take out the
Yeah.
pole and start, like, messing around, and then the guy's like, "I'm so sorry, like, I had no idea."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Let me call my brother." He's like, "You don't need to call your brother." And he tells his brother, like, "Come beat this guy up, he's making fun of me being blind."
Mhm.
His brother comes in, and he's also blind, so he shows up. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, comes up with his own guiding stick, and then they're both like, "Where is he?" And they're like, "I don't know, I think he was on the left." And then they start, like, accidentally fighting each other. It's a thing they do to, like, strangers,
Yeah.
and it's pretty funny.
It's
They
funny.
haven't gotten canceled yet by the
Yes.
blind community,
Oh, it's
so
gonna happen.
it's pretty funny, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's awareness. They could probably turn it into something good, but, okay, so tell me this. We went from looping back,
Yeah.
number 4, looping back to, your career as a police
Yeah.
officer. So you went from corrections
Yeah.
to, what did
Patrol.
you call it? Patrol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because corrections included the,
Jail.
halfway
So
houses.
jail, halfway house, yeah.
Nice. Do you know that I worked in a jail? I
No,
don't know why you would know this, but just side note, I
yeah.
wanted to tell you this earlier.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not. No, I was a medical assistant. I passed
Oh,
meds to detainees.
yeah.
Interesting,
Were they
terrifying.
detainees or were they prisoners?
They were detainees. I know because I said prisoner and they were
Yeah.
like, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, wow.
Yes, that was another place I got a bunch of death threats, but, because if you don't give them, they'll ask for Tylenol, but if it's not in their order from the nurse, I could get fired, and so I'd be like, "Dude, I literally cannot give you Tylenol or even
Yep.
vitamins, like, it has to be on your order
Yep.
form."
Yep.
And they would threaten me for sure.
And then did you have to watch them swallow it and
No, I didn't
oh,
actually.
okay.
There were only, I think, a few times that happened, the guards would do that
Mm.
part, and they would let me set off because especially as a female, like, I was targeted probably a little bit more,
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was interesting. There was one thing I wanted to say about it. Oh gosh, the guards, all they had were pepper spray and batons, and, there was a quarantine block. This was during COVID, by the way.
Yeah.
Yikes. Quarantine block. They were definitely overrun.
Mm.
Like, I got in trouble for, calling it overrun by the staff, but they didn't have enough beds or, like, anything for the people,
Oh,
like,
okay.
either
Yeah.
not enough materials, like, that's freaking overrun to me. There's a room of, like, 30 dudes, um, who are, like, angry because 'cause they're not able to be put into cells where they have, like, adequate space and
Yep.
materials, understandably, and I not giving them Tylenol, it's the one thing they want, and I remember I was with 2 guards in this facility with this open room, 30 people, all angry.
Mhm.
Dude to my left was a retired, like, police officer, had 1 arm, um, that was interesting. The other side of me was this, like, kid. I wanna say he was 18, maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, and I
Mhm.
remember being like, I'm fucked. I'm sorry. I was feeling like I'm gonna die today.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I think I gave the dudes Tylenol because I was like, not worth it.
Yep.
Like I'll lose my job if I have to. But otherwise, like everyone was really respectful. There were only like a few incidences that I look back. I ended up quitting. I didn't think it was worth the like. I'd walk out there some days and be like, whew, cool, I didn't die.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, this is not worth that. Like I cannot do that. Um anyway, so back to you. I apologize. Corrections, elementary school.
Yeah.
What came after that?
Patrol.
Patrol.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that currently what you're doing? And you don't have to share this, by the way.
Yeah.
We can even omit, like, if
Yeah.
you don't want to share.
So, currently, left my last agency, in the process of getting hired with another agency as we speak, and
Okay.
just to do patrol. Patrol is where it's at. Patrol is wonderful because,
Really?
well, in most police work, no days are the same,
Right.
especially in patrol. And also in
That.
patrol, you're the face of the agency. You're the outward whatever of the agency that the public interacts with
Hmm.
the most,
Yeah.
and it's a great time
Yeah.
because you can't predict what you're going to be responding to.
Mm.
It can be everything from man, you name it.
Yeah.
Um, and so that means, especially where I was working with a smaller agency, I'm looking at getting hired with a much larger agency. Working for the smaller agency is awesome.
Yeah.
Working for the smaller agency, you're wearing all of the hats. And so there may be times where you might be the only person on duty for maybe an entire shift, and you might have backup in the neighboring town, but you're doing everything from traffic enforcement to, yeah, dealing with crazy people
Yeah.
to you name it. Yep.
Interesting. Patrol, the idea of doing patrol has always sounded intimidating to me. I considered police work for a while, and then I thought,
It takes all types to do it. There's not one specific archetype that's, yes, you're the perfect fit for patrol.
interesting.
No, it takes all kinds of people.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I've always just thought it needs to be like a really brute, like ready to fight, go to the ground.
But if they can't think and if they can't
Ah,
communicate
I see.
and if they can't connect, they're worthless in most instances
Mm.
because for the most part, well, and this is a overused quote, but yeah, my mind is clearly my best weapon.
Right.
But when I'm also using, okay, I'm not the smallest person in the world, so I have that in my favor.
Yeah.
I have not had to get into too many fights.
Right. Are you
Kind of lean on it.
6'5"?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the rumor.
Okay. Dang.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But because of that, I haven't had to. Yeah, I people listen a little better, I guess.
Yeah.
I would, but also at the same time, I've really honed my ability to communicate,
Yeah.
and so my ability to communicate is hugely important.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we can, and typically, if we're responding to a domestic, if we're responding to something with a mental person,
Mhm.
I will absolutely be happy to take point and be
Fantastic.
the person to make contact, to talk or whatever, to
Yeah.
calm things down. Um, yeah, that's I rely on that for every incident needs that. Not
Yes.
every incident needs to be the brute.
That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
but you
Yeah.
still need to have brute skills on occasion.
Right.
Yeah, you need to call on that, and you can't predict that.
Yes. That's something I was considering police work, especially coming out of medical school. I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um,
Clearly, there's a connection.
yeah.
Medical school cop. Yeah.
Obviously. Apparently helping people to harming people, according to this TikTok commenter. But anyway, and this was around the time also my nose was healing from my second nose surgery after like years of Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. And I remember thinking, as much as I feel like my social engineering is strong and I could absolutely like verbally de-escalate and command, well, this was after one ACQC, and it's like getting your white belt. You're like, right, well, first stripe, you're like, I'm amazing and invincible. Um, besides that, though, I was like, if I have to go to the ground to get my face smashed, like, could like destroy me. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna go past that. And so I ultimately did not. I have a lot of people who ask me, like, why didn't you do police work? And it always comes down to like, didn't feel like the trade off for potentially like my life or physical, and that's not to deter anyone listening that's thinking about it. I met a girl at jujitsu the other day and she's half my size in every aspect. And um, she was like, yeah, I'm going into police work. And I was like,
Yeah.
fantastic. Like, I'm horrified for you, but I also don't want to deter anyone from doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Um, as far as like the training that's offered, how do you feel about that? I know
Oh
it's a
man,
general
I have
question.
written about that. I have
I bet
talked
you
about
have.
it. Really, for the most part, and this isn't against any of my former agencies.
Okay.
This is in general in law enforcement. Uh, Training provided by an agency is lowest common denominator. Check the box. It's making sure that we have enough that the individual officer is trained sufficiently enough not to shoot themselves. That's pretty much it. We're not getting GMs out of this by any means.
Right.
And if you happen to be one of those people like me who wanted to actually go beyond what what the norm is, that minimum standard,
Yeah.
you need to go get your own training and you
Right.
need to pursue this on your own.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
the training can be very good, but it's not. And again, it's lowest common denominator because it's no cop left behind. Everyone needs to pass, so we need to have the bar down here.
Right.
And so, and that was one of the issues that I had as a firearms instructor in law enforcement. I would have, let's say, 10 officers on the line,
Hmm.
and we have people that on a scale of 1 to 10, they're about a 2, where 10 is the highest.
Okay.
And then we have 6s going on 7s.
Hmm.
6s going on 7s get bored real fast when the 2s are holding everything up. And we can't go to those advanced skills. We can't go faster. We can't do more interesting things because we're held back by those 2s. And so, yeah, you have to figure out ways to incorporate them, ways to get them engaged. Okay, you know what? 2s are doing this two-handed. I want you to do weak hand only on this,
I
or
see.
change things up.
Yeah,
Or you know what? The part time is 5 seconds. Do it in 3. So you're doing it 3. The twos are doing it in 5.
sure.
Actually, even no matter what the skill is, 5 would probably be way too short. They need a lot more time than
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
Mhm.
yeah, there are variables that
Yes.
I can adjust.
Yeah.
But that just became so it
Sorry.
was disappointing.
How okay.
And to the point
Yes.
also
Tell me.
where where I worked, there was an area that we could drive slightly outside of city boundaries
Mhm.
and shoot. And so I had in my truck, I had a portable range.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it
Yeah.
was all personally owned
Yeah.
along with the ammo, but I would set up targets
What?
as yeah,
Sorry.
start up I set up
I would
targets and
stitch it
stuff.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm happy to do it. I am
That's
beyond
great.
happy to do it.
I got you.
And so
Okay. That's
I
good.
would if we had multiple officers on and things were slow, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go set up targets and I'll call you guys one at a time and then we can work on some stuff to bring the bar up."
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then in supplying ammo, I'm happy to do it because it means that everyone is doing better.
Yeah. That's
And
interesting.
yeah, budgetary constraints really limit the ability to just have ammo or throw ammo at everything.
Right.
And if I happen to have the means, I'm happy to do that.
That's nice.
When was it? 2013. I think I wound up buying PMags. No, Magpul donated PMags and some
Oh,
stuff to me
okay.
that I gave immediately to neighboring
Yeah.
agencies. With my home agency, I wound up buying rifle weapon lights for everyone with a patrol rifle
Yeah.
just because these are things that we need,
Right.
but our budget can't cover it. And unfortunately, with a lot of officers, it's a job. It's not a
Yeah.
career. And so when they're home, they're home. They're not cops anymore, and they only will train as far as they're forced to.
Right.
And so them not having a weapon light on their rifle, they don't even think about it.
Right.
So I'm going to facilitate this
Mhm.
so you have the equipment because you're my backup
Right.
and also my friend. And so
Mhm.
I want to see everyone succeed.
Absolutely. And in your experience, those people that are shooting within maybe the 5-second part time as opposed to
Yeah.
2 in your example at least, or a 10 instead of a 5.
So
Um,
5, yeah, 10 is probably better. Yeah.
okay, gotcha. That's so funny. Are those people typically aware of like where they fall and
I don't care.
they don't care?
As long as they pass the qual. And
Okay.
that qual only is it's a check mark. Or
Right.
is it check mark the box.
Yes. My first exposure to that was the concealed carry permit class I took in Arkansas.
Yeah.
I And also, oh my god, even my NRA instructor course, I taught someone how to shoot
Yeah.
at the NRA instructor course.
Yeah.
Instructor course, just making sure everyone listening heard that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, the standards are so
Lax.
yes, and Craig says it so well to call this an industry is to say we have standards and we don't. He called it something in this past class, and I can't remember. It was like a word that I was like, "My generation better
Circus?
use that."
Oh my god.
Circus is great. I like that. I'll have to ask him what it was. But yeah, that's interesting. It's nice that you're a resource to these people. Are there any scholarships for police officers? Like if
Oh,
they
I'm
wanted to
sure.
ECQC, could they like apply to a scholarship to pay for ECQC or something?
So, dang it, what is it called? Is it called Task Force 70? Chappie's gonna kill me. There's an organization that actually
It does
has
that?
yeah.
I'll put it in the show notes because
Yeah.
that's really interesting. I'm
Yeah.
over here like, damn it, I want to start something if there's not, but
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Well, for a couple years also I had my own big training event where I had all my buddies come over and some big name instructors came
Oh,
out.
nice.
And for 3 or 4 days up in Logan,
Okay,
we took over a facility
nice.
and
Is it where they do the USPSA matches?
I think so.
Okay,
I think
that's
so,
great
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
And what wound up happening was I looked at the numbers and realized, you know what, we could still squeeze some more people in.
Yeah.
So I sent out emails to all neighboring agencies saying, just show up,
Yeah.
have ammo, you don't need to pay tuition,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
just show up and
Mhm.
enjoy. And people took me up on it, and it was awesome.
That sounds amazing. Are
That
you
being
going to do
said,
this more?
I did, but it wound up putting me in the hole, still paying that off.
Uh-oh.
Tuition was $1,000.
Okay.
But yeah, for 4 days or 3 days, I don't remember, with some like Chuck Haggard was
Oh,
teaching.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Chuck's one of my guys. And he's
yeah.
one of my 5. I have a group of I have a list of 5 dudes that I fully
Caleb on
trust.
this, which is so
I know,
weird.
hilarious. But I do. I've vetted Caleb.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
hope
Caleb's
he's
wonderful.
laughing. He listens
He's
to all my
wonderful.
episodes, which is so funny. I'm always like, "Wow," like, "On purpose again?" Like,
Yeah,
anyway. But yes, he's one of my 5. You were saying, sorry.
yeah.
Chuck Haggard.
Oh,
Okay.
no, yeah, it's people like Chuck Haggard, Daryl Bulkey, Jared Reston, Chuck Pressburg, Scott Jedlinski, Riley Bowman,
Mhm.
Varg taught, Varg Freeborn.
Mhm.
Um, And I know I'm missing people, but
Yeah,
But yeah, it
that's
was
an incredible group.
amazing.
Yeah, that is
And
incredible.
so much fun. And the best part is it was like a family event. It was like a
Yeah,
family reunion.
that's
Um,
awesome.
oh, Mike Mahowski with Sons of Liberty, Chad Albrecht with School of the American Rifle,
Nice.
uh, Chris Sizemore who's now with Blue Force Gear. Some just amazing
Yeah,
people.
these
And it was
yeah,
so fun to get everyone together.
absolutely.
Yeah, as I go, yeah,
You're
Mark
like,
Smith,
more.
yeah.
That's
But no,
awesome.
the list of characters involved is amazing. Just
Yeah,
couldn't couldn't get couldn't couldn't get a better
yeah.
crew together.
That sounds like there's John Valentine started putting on the Combative Summit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you know about this?
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just a conglomerate of amazing
All the good
instructors,
guys.
all the good guys.
Yeah,
Yes, and so it sounds like it was like that and
yeah.
local and
And so for something like that, where I've never been really big into combatives,
that's
um, I'd go just to I'd love to hear the lectures. I'd love to just be there.
yes,
I don't necessarily want to participate.
totally fair, totally fair.
Yeah, I
Yes.
need to though. I should.
You could host even your podcast there.
Yeah.
I'm considering
Yeah.
doing that. I'd like to do I want to do it though and host it, and so I don't know how I'm going to do that, but my goal is to be like 1 year gosh, what's his name? I've been on his podcast and it was hosted their Iron Sights podcast.
Yes.
You know of it?
No.
Okay. No, great podcast. The host is amazing and I totally know his name, what's happening to me. Anyway, it really is a great podcast. He hosted it there during like even during
Yeah.
classes. Like he had us put on headphones and like we would just talk
Yeah.
like while people were, like messing around the mats and stuff. And I remember thinking like I've got to do this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've had John on a couple of times. And
Mhm.
he's just a great guest.
Yeah.
Just an articulate, smart guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yeah. So I'd like to go back. I went to the first two and then took a year off. I think it's during the Shotgun World shoot this year. I don't know, but that or I'll just be like laying on a beach in Greece, coming down from the Shotgun World shoot. So
And you're going to be taking your Mossberg?
yes,
The
940 Pro. Yes, my mag tube. I actually just found out after I ordered
Because
them.
I'm saying that sarcastically.
What?
I'm saying it sarcastically. Seriously, your
The-
Shockwave?
My no.
Yeah, that's also what I'm
Oh my God,
talking
sorry. The
about.
JM 940 Pro
Yeah.
is mine, and I recently bought a giant like long mag tube,
Yeah.
and like yeah, it was $140 for one. I got
You need
two.
to get a special case because it doesn't fit in.
So you can break it down technically, but I actually have the largest Pelican offered.
Oh.
I didn't know there were smaller ones. So I like brought it home and Lena was like, "Did you mean to buy this one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got the
For
one
your
that's
dad's gun.
I know." I was like, "I can't break it down, can I?" And she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's the only way I travel with my shotgun." She has one that's literally the half size of mine. It's
Yeah.
super truncated. And I was like, "Wow, that's a lot nicer because wheeling this
Yeah.
is a bitch." Like
Yeah.
they also it's not ergonomic. Whoever made this was like they did a 3D model and they're like,
Things
production.
fit in it.
Sell it for $250. So yes, I will be taking probably two shotguns, a shotgun's worth of backup parts,
Mm-hmm.
and then two mag extensions. I found out the one I bought that I've been training with, I'll show you how freaking long it is actually too long. And they don't allow, even in modified, which is my division. Sorry, I totally shot past it. So this is how long my shotgun.
Jeez.
Yes. So
So if you're supposed to be at, say, the 5-yard line, is that taken into consideration?
what do you mean?
So
5 yards?
during that class we were just in,
Mhm.
I was joking about how my weak hand shooting or my strong hand only, I would lean forward, and
Mhm.
because I have 3 additional feet,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm not at the 5-yard line technically. That
Right.
that's almost muzzle contact
Yes, when
from wherever you're standing.
it comes to like my chest, and I'm
Yeah.
5'9" and 9/10. I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
I need to start just saying that. I try to like anyway, but yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Maneuvering this around
Yeah.
around stuff is pretty crazy.
You might as
and
well
it's
just
tiring.
put a bayonet on it.
I know. This is also fully loaded. So the mag tube is completely full with dummy rounds to weigh it down.
Yeah.
So we train with
that's
our
not
weight
light.
shotguns. Hell no. Oh my God, no. You can see me you can see in this video. I'll have to add this as B-roll, but
Well, look at that. Your
you can see me,
arm
like,
is
breathing.
flexing. Holy
Yes,
it's so damn heavy.
it's so freaking heavy. And then your left arm is tired too. Like we drop out of position kind of like this, because we're just so tired. And this is always like before we go and lift
Yeah.
because we're like, yeah, Lena's.
Wait, before you lift.
Yes, we do this before so that our arms aren't too tired.
I think that would make her videos are so fun.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
If you're watching her like meta videos, I'm usually editing them, and it's the best job ever.
I remember the first video I saw with her, and she was showing quad loading.
Yes,
And
that one.
I don't know how many times I've watched that. It is such a fun video.
Yes, absolutely. She's the queen of quad loading. And she's been the best instructor. It's been a really fun journey. I can't believe she like took a freaking chance on me. We were just hanging out one day, and I was like, I want to teach defensive shotgun, and she was like, you should come to the shotgun world shoot, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of happened.
So that Cypriot person, Chris.
Yes.
We were talking about, and again, you missed it.
Yeah.
You left.
I missed so much. I know.
So we were talking about, why doesn't Citizens Defense Research teach a rifle class?
Okay.
And we had a really cool conversation, but we started talking then about shotguns for for home defense. And the bottom line was, well, how is this going to differ from anything else and all that?
Okay.
But man, shotgun. So you teach a dedicated?
Not yet. So when we
Yeah.
first talked,
Awesome.
I was like, I would really like to teach defensive
Yes.
shotgun. This is for women to have 3 points of contact.
Yeah.
The world's most inaccurate shotgun, as Lena, that's like one of her things. When we're aiming like for, trying to have a small pound, and she was like, remember, world's most inaccurate rifle. I'm always
Yeah.
like, okay. But yeah, to have 3 points of contact, to be able to literally just like hold it up with buckshot and be like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
I want my mom to have one instead, not the shockwave.
Yeah.
I want her to have like the class 3 mag pull.
Have you trained with the Hots, Rob and Matt?
New names to me.
Okay. So yeah, when we're done.
Okay.
No, fantastic.
Is this defensive shotgun?
It's shotgun in general, which easily is defensive.
Yes,
Same
I
with
agree.
Steve Fisher, but Steve Fisher is known as Yeti for
Yes.
a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, when he runs a shotgun, just one-handed and nothing to it.
Nice. Okay, gotcha. Yes.
But yeah, shotguns are awesome.
yeah,
10 years ago, I would have said shotguns are stupid.
right.
But now, after taking the class with the Hots and spending a lot more really good time with them, I like them a lot.
And is the class like, is it kind of like going to a concealed carry class where like your firearms usage is for defensive purposes ultimately? Or
It's
is
mostly just running. And for me, for the most part, as someone who was, so I looked at my skill set. So we have handgun, we have rifle, we have shotgun, and then we can go into lever guns and stuff like that. But the basic food groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pistol, I've taken enough pistol classes. Rifle, I took enough classes. Shotgun, and I've taken sniper classes and precision.
Yeah.
Shotgun, I've never really
So
done.
niche.
And so
Yeah.
after I did that, I went, I love shotguns.
Yes,
These
it's
are
very
awesome.
fun. Yes, if you can hold it properly and not get beat up by it.
Yeah. So I took a Beretta 1301, which was fantastic.
Sorry, making sure it's still.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I wound up wanting to carry that on duty, but I couldn't. But
Wait,
then
back up. You wanted to carry a Beretta shotgun
yeah.
on duty.
Oh yeah.
You can do that?
No.
No.
I wanted to.
I gotcha.
So-
They didn't let you?
No. So I would happily have a patrol rifle, so AR-15.
Yeah.
And a patrol shotgun in lieu of a less lethal shotgun.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
But
What
they
is a less
basically said,
shotgun?
so basically just imagine a cheap, it's Mossberg.
A 590.
No, even
Shockwave.
cheaper.
Even cheaper. Ooh, there's one I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
those.
Yeah. I know someone that bought one for $80
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
pawn
that's
shop
them.
and like
That's
ordered it.
them.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking to.
So
You're talking about.
imagine that with less lethal rounds. So sock rounds.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
So I'm telling you, I don't know if actually you may not know this. I learned how to shoot a shotgun and qualified in 3 months for World Shoot.
Oh, cool.
That's how little I knew.
Yeah.
So Lena literally taught me how to hold a shotgun.
Yeah.
And then move on which like shooting on the move was something USPSA already knew.
Could have done.
Had any
that is
freaking
awesome.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. But like literally, I remember her being like, I remember she gave me some ammo fresco training and she was like, how much buckshot do you have? And I was like, what is that?
Buck, what?
She was like, yeah, I know. And so like I learned slug, buck, bird,
Yeah.
all in like the same. I was like, there are 3 types of ammo. Like what can you like imagine? Like
Yep.
going from that like USPSA 1 grain, that you rely on like 120 or something, and then going to shotgun where it's like 3 different types, and like within that, it's like velocities
There's
and
more than that.
yes.
Yeah.
So all of that to say, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So imagine, so typically the payload with like double aught is 8 or 9 pellets.
yes,
This is
is
a
that where payload is?
it can be.
When it's like the number of
That's the only
thingies.
word that came to mind.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on, please.
So
please.
imagine a sock with birdshot in it that's not intended to penetrate. It's
Mhm.
just supposed to punch
By sock
like a bag.
casing. Oh, it literally
that's-
ejects a bag with birdshot in it.
That's sewn
So
up.
it's a bean bag.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
that's
a
what you're talking
beanbag
about. I
shotgun.
dated a
Yeah.
cop one time.
Yeah.
Was he also 40?
Yeah. No. He was 30. Sorry. That's hilarious. He showed me footage
Yeah.
of shooting a guy with a he
Oh,
called
yeah.
it he I guess to me, someone
Yeah,
who
beanbag
wasn't
gun.
beanbag
Yeah.
gun.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Same thing.
So are you allowed to carry those?
Yes.
But you can't carry
Yes.
buckshot rounds.
Because of the possibility of having wrong ammo or something like that. So I just went, okay, I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like if someone loaded
Accidentally put double aught in a less lethal, you just killed the
Oh.
guy. Good job.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have to have a gun that is specifically made
Yes.
Oh.
Well, and not necessarily the gun is specifically made for it. It's designated.
I see.
Maverick.
Okay.
Maverick is the shotgun.
I see what you're Oh, really? Is that the name of the Mossberg?
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Maverick.
This is hilarious.
88.
Maverick 88.
Yep.
And this is what okay, so when you say designated, it's like only allowing a certain type of
Yeah.
ammo.
You cannot shoot anything else other than
Okay, so
these
so you don't
less lethal rounds. At least
Oh, pump action.
Yeah. So the problem with that also is if you mention water nearby, it will start rusting.
If you need to.
So don't mention water.
Freaking funny. That's interesting. I almost did pump action. They
Yeah.
needed another girl on the team.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, there was a spot that opened up for the modified. And so I stayed with modified. And like, honestly, this is the best thing I could do because, yeah. I want to shoot open next year, though. Do you know Lanny Barnes? You probably know Lanny Barnes. What? How do you not know Lanny Barnes? This is a woman you have to have on your
Yeah, I am so niche.
former Olympian in
Oh.
biathlon.
Yeah.
So rifle, for those that don't know, rifle and skiing.
Yeah.
Uphill and downhill, by the way.
Because the two things definitely come
Obviously
together.
go
Yeah.
together. And
If you live in the Alps, it does.
yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually legit. So I was just joking. Like, you wouldn't think unless, yeah. So she's incredible. Gosh, but she shoots in the open division, which is like the shotguns that look like rifles.
Yeah.
They have like the tube fed, nope, the
Magazine fed?
magazine fed.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Port? I don't know what to call it. They're just magazine fed. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen an open shotgun?
Yeah.
Hold on. They're really cool.
And
The jets.
yeah. One of the F-22s?
I have no idea. All I know is they're effing loud. That's what
Yes.
effing loud.
Not F-22s.
Exactly. This is oh gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want one of those. Speaking of which,
Very cool.
there are two companies, one of which one actually contacted me and said, I really want to get you one of these.
I just have this panic that our audio is not taking, but it's fine. It's taking. It's definitely taking.
Okay.
It's definitely taking. I am gonna go.
But an AK pattern?
Yeah.
That's just cool.
Yes. That is very cool. Oh yeah.
They're cool.
So this is not an AK shotgun, I don't think. Right?
No,
Like these are.
no. Yeah. Well,
What makes
Maybe
it
not.
an AK?
well, the gas system,
I'm telling you how much I know about
Yeah.
like different guns.
to me, it looks AK-ish, especially
Oh,
with
it
that.
looks AK.
yeah.
Sure. I just don't know what makes a like.
Yeah, oh yeah, look at the safety right there. The white.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're freaking insane.
That's an AK.
I shot hers. Oh, okay. I shot Lanny's at this. We did like a shotgun women's training camp, and the length of the stock and everything was not fit for my large body. She could
Yep.
fit inside of me. She's a solid fucking chunk. I'm sorry, of muscle, but
That's your mom's.
the chalk.
keeping it
I know the stock did not fit.
Yep.
And it like bit me when it came back too. It was like it was gnarly. I did not enjoy shooting it, but
Yeah.
she's trying to recruit us to that division next world shoot.
Cool.
So in 3 years.
yeah, my understanding is they're finicky, but when they're made
Yeah.
right, they're awesome.
Right, which they definitely are.
Yeah.
Made right for the world shoot. Thank
Yeah.
God, like you get the people that specialize in like it needing to run properly.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that would be with. But
And AKs in general, that was a subcategory of rifles that I wound up pursuing and taking training with, and they
Okay.
even did a assembly class with Jim Fuller, and he is the AK guy.
Okay.
Like
I'm still learning.
he is
Then,
it.
like,
But applying that to shotgun,
Yeah.
that's just cool. That's just so
absolutely.
cool.
Oh, it's so and it's cool. Look, can you imagine breaking into somebody's house and that being the thing pointing at you? I feel like I am so sorry.
So that was for me the hot class with
Mhm.
Matt and Rob.
Yeah.
It was a shotgun class without a doubt, but
Okay.
for me it was a focus on how to more efficiently reload,
Okay.
and it was a reloading class.
Yeah.
And I needed it. I loved it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, reloading is a whole thing. And it's the evolution of it over the years. Lena did this whole video of it where like she goes through all the iterations of reloading methodologies and
Yeah.
it's gosh.
And so going that route,
Yeah.
that's cheating. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's freaking like if you do rifle,
Yeah.
you do it. Yeah, they're huge though. Like they're chunky.
Oh yeah,
They're like twice the size of
Yeah.
a rifle mag.
and
Maybe?
a third of the capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because shotgun rounds are so large. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to circle back because I'd like to know what are your like training goals for this year? Especially now, I'm sure switching department is like its own whole thing. But when it comes
really.
to okay,
Yeah, not really.
yeah, okay, yeah,
It's
gotcha.
mostly learning department culture,
Okay,
learning the area that I work in.
okay,
But for the most part, the police aspect is the same
okay.
because
That's
we're
good.
still dealing with humans.
Yes, still dealing with humans. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
At least I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But training goals. So this last event
hmm
was eye-opening for me.
Okay, good deal.
So what wound up happening was I shot horribly.
Oh, okay.
I shot horribly, and I had this expectation, and it feels like there's something in my nose.
No.
I had this expectation of this is where I was at one time. Clearly, I'm not going to falter. I'm going to stay there, and I wasn't there. And
Okay.
I kind of did a personal assessment and realized I haven't had a dedicated pistol class in years.
Interesting.
And I was relying on data from that, and my dry fire
Mhm.
exists, and my personal training exists.
Yeah.
But I haven't been doing anything to check my work.
Interesting.
And so now my goal is to get back to where I was.
Right.
Because one of the things I think Alex asked at the beginning of his class that you missed.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to keep on
Shame
harping on
me.
that.
Do it. I'll go to the
Um,
next one. It'll
One of
work.
the things he asked is, what's your intention, or what are your goals here?
Mhm.
And Seipert said, I just want to maintain.
Mm.
Well, you know what? That's what I want to do too.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And then I get on the firing line and I shoot and I go, oh, this is not
Yeah.
where I thought I was.
Yeah. Totally fair.
And so now I need to work back. And yeah, I still need to maintain that dry fire. Still need to do personal practice, live fire stuff,
Right.
but also I need to compete.
Mhm.
And if I'm not competing, I need to go to classes with valid, vetted instructors
Right.
to validate what I'm doing and to check my work.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that.
Oh,
'Cause I
it's
think more people need to
authentic.
hear. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. More people need to just lean into sharing. I think I recently shared that I made B class in USPSA, and that was like,
Yeah.
that's a big deal for me. Like,
Yeah.
I decided that I didn't want to be C class anymore. I was like, I'm so tired of saying I'm a C class shooter. And I'm shooting among some of the greats. I'm getting into shotgun. I'm getting better at stage planning and like footwork and
Yeah.
like where I need to land. And I was like, I need to start taking this seriously. And I was talking to Lena the other day, and I was like, I'm almost embarrassed to share that I'm B class, and
Why?
because I think I've assumed that people probably maybe assume that I already was or
Most people
higher.
don't even know what that means.
Right. So that's what she said. And she
Yeah.
was like, most people wouldn't even get off of their couch to go shoot a match
Yeah.
to see where they're shooting it. So she was like, so the people that don't know aren't like the audience that you're looking for
Yeah.
feedback from anyway. And like she just gave me this whole pep talk as Lena does. And I was like, that's what I needed to hear. Like
Yeah.
this is like it took me longer because I wasn't putting an emphasis on it. It wasn't caring for it. I treat currently still USPSA matches as like social get-togethers. Only recently did I start like if people talk to me while I'm stage planning or mentally rehearsing, I'll be like, I'm stage planning, I'm mentally rehearsing. Let's chat after. I'd love to continue this
Yeah.
conversation. I've got really good at like,
I'm horrible.
doing all that. It'd be hard, dude, because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a great conversationalist. So people you're very good at like attention, like
Can't
you
keep track for.
in your head, you're like
Number
making
4.
a grocery list. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. No, that's hilarious. Yeah, but
And I love callbacks.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
No, callbacks with jokes.
Oh yeah.
Bringing things back
Yeah,
to your mom and
that's
her
good
swearing.
that's good
Yeah.
comedy right there. I've been my For You page right now is very much my phone keeps disconnecting. I'm like, it's stopped recording. My For You page right now is very much comedy sketches, and
Oh,
one of the I know, thank God, because it's usually CCTV footage of some chick getting the shit beat out of
yeah,
her. So
yeah,
like, this is a very good direction. Phone, please, more comedy sketches.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
and uh yeah, it's all about coming back. It's all about looping back. And I'm like, I need to do this more in my in my like conversations and podcasting. Um, what were we talking about?
Yes. So, at the
Sorry,
no,
sorry.
staying focused on the task at hand,
Mhm.
especially with competition,
Yes.
where you don't turn into the social event,
Yes.
where your priority is actually competition.
Yes.
Where I'm horrible with that.
Understandable. Totally understandable. Especially if you care. Like you
Yeah.
seem to really care about people and their
And
stories
just, yeah,
and stuff. And it's like
oh, I love it.
you don't want to
Yeah.
gosh, and when people open up to you, it's such an honor. Like it's such an opportunity to like hear them and you don't know if they haven't been heard in a while. So
Yeah.
it's like, but I've gotten better at just being like, let's continue it
Yep.
here instead of saying can't talk to you. You know,
Yeah.
it's there's a way to do that.
They can.
Yeah,
Now you say that.
exactly. Honestly, fuck off. I'm joking.
So, and that what I just said also, and
Mhm.
you said opening up. After I said that, I realized also it showed me also how crappy police training is because
Mm,
man, I ace police firearms training
yeah.
because the standards are so low.
Oh gosh. Oh
So if
gosh.
I just rely on that,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm awesome. I'm not to the level I need to be.
Appreciate you sharing
And
that.
so with that in mind, that reinforces you need to compete.
Yeah.
And if you don't compete, you need to go to classes if you take this seriously.
Yeah.
Because ACE is wonderful, but you
Yeah.
can't just rely on that.
Right.
And you can't just rely on your dry fire routine. And you can't just rely on personal going to the range because I happen to live really close to where I shoot. I can
Mm.
walk to it.
Oh,
And living in Utah, we have these open areas.
yeah.
I live right next to a canyon
That's
where
wonderful.
we shoot. And anytime I feel like it, even on rainy days, well, break out because I still have all my portable target
Yeah.
stuff, break it out, shoot, and have a blast. What am I not doing though when I do that? I'm not working on the things I should, which I don't
Gotcha.
enjoy. I'm just focusing on the stuff I'm good at.
Right.
So that
But
doesn't
not
help
with
me.
your Maverick though, because
That's
it would
right.
rust.
Because it rusts because we
Right.
mentioned water.
Exactly. See what I did there?
Yeah, call back.
Ahaha. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. That's good to know. So now that you know kind of where you need to go,
Yeah.
are you in competition by the way? Are
I
you
am.
okay?
So the issue I run into is time.
Okay.
And also, I think over where I live, I think there's only one match
Caps.
a month.
Yes.
Caps,
Very
exactly.
good match, by the way.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Great people.
Yes, they have one this Saturday and there's like 10 spots, I think, open at this point. So if
Do you
anything,
go regularly?
to Caps, I've gone 3 times.
Okay.
It's a drive for me.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like, yeah. So I'm going on like a girls trip this week
Yeah.
in Nashville and I leave early, like 6 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
This is my year of like energy preservation and like
Yeah.
taking care of my body. I think I might just relax on Saturday, but I'm like itching to go shoot. So I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But it's a great match. If you can go, I do
Yeah,
recommend it. Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And if you ever do go, let me know early, and like we can squad together.
Yeah.
So that would be really fun.
And I have a relative who, at least last I heard, he attends
Okay.
regularly.
Do you know?
I have no idea what his name is, but he's a relative.
Are you joking?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Larry Aoki?
Don't know him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'll have to look out for him.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Awesome shooter.
I didn't want to shame you if you really didn't know his name.
Yeah,
Because like some people
he's an uncle. So.
Mina's particularly bad with names. She knows
Oh,
this. This is not shit
I'm
talking.
horrible with names.
She's-
Yeah.
It's scary. I
Yeah.
worry about her kind of level and like we joke about it so much. It's so funny. But she'll meet someone 20 times, she'll be like, no idea. And
Yeah.
it's like it's just how it goes.
Well, especially now with social media,
Mhm.
I would go to events. Let's say we went to SHOT Show next week. I would run into people where I'm not sure. Have I met you? Or
Right.
are we just friends on Facebook?
Right.
And what the hell was your name?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Social media's messed that up.
It has. I also think of them in their handles. Like I'll let
Yeah.
people come up to me and ask if I'm fit for Sophia. I'm like, yeah, I'm Sophia.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Is that
of
how you
course.
pronounce your name?
Sophia?
Just kidding.
Oh. I asked that too. I'll say like, can you spell your name for me? In fact, your last name in my brain, I was like Landfair. I was like, don't
Close.
say it. Don't say it. Just let him say it. So I was like, Matt with primary and secondary. Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
Land and Fair.
Land and Fair.
It's Welsh.
That's nice. Okay, very cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy with USPSA He's like one of the regional directors, and his last name is something so obscure. So
Yeah.
he gave me a way to remember it, and it's like by the nightstand or something. It's like it's literally like that. And so in his like contact, it's like his name and then by the nightstand because that's like, you know,
Yeah.
when I see him. But yeah, gosh, and I'm coming on your podcast very
Yes.
soon. Yes. Well, I'm so excited
Thursday?
for that. Is
I
that
said
tomorrow?
that's tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's confirm the times before we end
I
today.
think we
But
said 5.
yes. Yes. I thought it was 4:30.
Or hey, 4:30 works
Whatever.
too.
Okay, either
I
way.
just have to pick up a 5-year-old and have him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure the time works for 5-year-old pickup. I don't have to pick up 5-year-old, but I do have a photo shoot from 6:30 to 8:30. So as long as I can like, we'll figure this out.
Yeah,
But we'll make
let's-
sure there's plenty of time. What topics do you want to cover for that? And this is to get people to go over and listen to that because I'm. You don't have to know either. I know you texted me, and this is just a way
Yeah.
to like plug the podcast really quick.
So where are we getting? No, specifically your journey.
Okay.
Because what wound up happening with you specifically is you happen to get some people that you associated yourself with people that are absolute leaders.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you were able to get that and be in lockstep right off the bat
Mhm.
is amazing.
Absolutely.
And so for people that are taking this, that are new,
Mhm.
or that they might have friends or relatives that might want to get into this on the defensive side, to understand better your journey of how you went about determining, you know what, I want to talk to Chuck Aggart.
Mhm.
I want to talk to, I don't want to talk to Caleb. I want to talk to Craig Douglas. I want to talk, because these are absolute leaders. And the fact that you've already taken 3 or 4,
4. Yeah.
that's, yeah, that's impressive.
I appreciate it. And also, they let me come and
No,
class.
but you
Like,
still
thanks.
attended.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
And you got shot a
Got
lot.
humbled.
Because
Everything like that.
you went in also knowing
Yeah.
I'm going to get hurt. And it might not be a broken bone, but the
Right.
fact that you did that and you were able to navigate this.
Yes.
How many people are doing this?
Very true. I appreciate it. I also did totally re-break my nose a little bit this last CCQC. Haven't told my mom about that yet, but I have not been able. I don't know if you've been hearing me breathe through my nose, but
No.
I've not been able to breathe the same. I got it a
Oh.
little smashed by this dude, and it cracked, bled. I started crying because I was like, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't his fault. We were just flowing, and then I like slammed into his shoulder, and dude had a muscular shoulder. It felt like a freaking cement bluff, but.
Yeah.
I have a sensitive nose. So that's not to say don't go because you'll break a nose. I've just broken it so many times. But yes, I'm so excited to hop on that and talk on speak on the journey and like how I can help people get in. I started a business called Arsenal, and that's something we're doing. We're trying to help people figure out who their audience is all the way to determining their rates to work with brands and like the
Yep.
legal financial side. So
That's
all of
big.
that, absolutely. All of that brings me so much joy. So I'm so excited to
Yeah.
talk with you on there.
And so initially I was thinking it would be a panel discussion, but the more I
Yeah.
thought about it, I thought, no, we're not going to do that.
I think yeah. And then anytime you want me to come back for
Yeah.
panels, I think that'd be really cool.
Yep.
And then we have like this individual episode you can refer back to. And I think I like this.
Yeah.
This will be good. I got excited when you were like, I think we're just gonna
And
do
when you
solo.
told me you were the face of Staccato, so
Listen.
clearly,
They want nothing to do with me. But yes, the HD 3.6, yes, absolutely. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It was when I like
did you get to see one?
see I did. I got to touch it
That's
actually.
awesome.
It was a fun photo shoot. It was
Yeah.
so last minute. It was like a week before, and they called me, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't have kids. I'm good. I can just like pop in anytime."
Yeah, Staccatos are awesome.
They're great.
I'm a fan.
Oh yeah,
And even though I don't have official business with them anymore, I really enjoy shooting them.
absolutely.
And I shoot them very well.
Yes, right. I mean, yeah.
And going from that to a Glock,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Yes. So thank you so much for coming on this
my
podcast.
pleasure.
This has been an honor, and the fact that you came in person.
and it's only been 3 hours.
I know, only 4 hours.
Because my
Exactly.
podcasts are usually like 12.
Yeah, which is just so impressive.
And the path that we took is very similar.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I could do this for 10 more hours. I could banter all day long.
Same.
Absolutely
And that's why
Yeah.
my episodes are
long.
unusually long.
Nice. Yeah. Well, people can just put on the background.
Mhm.
Freaking in ranges, even
Yeah.
from what you've said.
Oh, so specifically for my stuff, I'm on pretty much every audio podcast host
That's
thing,
fantastic.
whatever. Also on Rumble because YouTube
Yes.
doesn't.
Rumble's a great place for that. I need to.
I'd
start
like to
with-
come back to YouTube,
Yeah.
but
I don't
no.
blame you.
but it's fun.
Good.
Yeah, I think we're at episode 400 something right now.
That's
I
incredible.
don't do seasons.
Okay.
After the fact, after a year went by, I thought I should do seasons.
Sure.
You know, I'm lazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's laziness.
Oh,
My season 2 was because I took such a long break that I was like, this would be good to like come back with a new message and a new
Did you change
feel.
any of your branding or anything?
Just the logo.
Okay.
So I went from a
So there's
logo.
not a guy in it anymore. It's
Um,
just you.
well,
That's it.
oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, I've always been I had a co-host for the first 20 episodes, and then
Yeah.
she and I parted ways.
Yeah.
So took it on I wanted to do so much more with it, and she didn't. And I gave her a lot of opportunities, and then we eventually were like, this is just the best thing for me to take it. And so I adopted the LLC, took it on pretty much like as a part-time job, like took it very seriously. And then now I've gotten to like hire my sister, and like she runs the social media. And,
That's
like
awesome.
it's like keep kind of bringing it to the family a little bit.
Except I understand she's been having difficulty with the drug tests. You're doing random drug tests with her.
Wait,
I'm just
what?
making this up.
Wha-
You're
whoa,
hiring
no.
family.
Oh no, what? No, Jesus. No, I was like, dude. No, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's a mom, and she was going through maternity leave at her work.
Yeah.
She was like, I would love to help you with social media. And it was like around the time I was like, yeah, I can't keep up with comments and interacting with my audience, and that sucks. So but yeah. But for those of you listening, all of Matt's information will be in the show notes below the title, all of it, or home address, or social security. So if you haven't listened yet, go check it out. If it's been a
Boring.
second, nah, dude. Nah, listeners are like, this is too short of an episode. I want 10 hours. So
One of my episodes with Craig Douglas, we
Yeah.
talk about kind of men's fashion.
okay,
That
nice.
was such a cool episode
Oh,
because
yeah. He's very fashionable.
oh man,
Yes.
he is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, he's very fashionable.
But
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
The topics are all
Oh,
over the place.
yeah. Go check out this episode with Craig Douglas and his fashion. Yeah, I like following his account is Southmark, and he shares his like outfits and everything.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a party of his, and I had to have him advise me, how should I be dressing for this?
Nice. Okay.
And he basically said, do this. Okay.
It
got
worked?
this. I'm gonna go buy this. Yeah, it was awesome.
Good. Okay. Yeah. What a cool like mentor to have.
Oh yeah.
And that
Yeah.
leash. Yeah.
And he's not the only person in the Gunnosphere that discusses men's fashion.
Yeah.
But those people are very good at what they do.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's fantastic. I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah.
I like it. Very cool. Well, I look forward to coming on your podcast, and
Supposedly tomorrow.
supposedly tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll confirm time. But those of you listening, go check Matt out. Follow his
Oh,
journey.
yeah.
No, do go check it out. Don't say that. If you haven't rated the podcast yet, that is how we get on
That's
the attention of others. So if you haven't, please scroll to the top wherever you see that star. Click on it. If you're not going to give a 5-star rating, reconsider. Come back another day.
yeah.
Please, God.
Or that's a good
4.9.
idea. That is
Think
good.
about it. Dare.
And especially if you've already done one and you found that things have improved, have your rating reflect that.
Absolutely. Yes. Or if it's the other direction,
Don't.
don't even worry about it. So I'm just kidding. But yes, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on.
my pleasure.
This has been fantastic. We'll do more. In the meantime, listeners, stay safe and stay vigilant. That's my little sign off.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome.